without warning, we back at it with another interview. We in the sunroom for this one.
Once again, got
my boy MostlyEverything here with us.
What's good?
Happy
to be here with y'all. Thank y'all for coming.
You just got off a super long tour.
Yes, 30 days.
Solely had. Talk to us a little bit about that. Anything different than your expectations? Was it your first time going on tour? What was the experience like?
It wasn't the first time. It was like the first real tour, I guess you could say. Like, we did some shit. Damn, my memory's shot. It was either earlier this year or last year, but it's like a little northeast run. But this was like our first like actual put together tour. That shit was lit, man. Like, it definitely exceeded my expectations. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, especially going out for 30 days and like being in so many different places, like places we've never even been before. Like, for the most part, like people really showed out for my guy Sully. So. Yeah, that was fire, and I was surprised by how many people knew who I was. Like, I didn't really expect like anybody to know who I was, if I'm being honest. And like, you know, most cities that I went to, like there was at least like 3 to 5 people that I met. They were like, "Yo, I've been waiting to link with you for so long." Yeah,
that's awesome. I feel like when I was watching the clips from your guys' tour on like social media and everything, it seemed like the reception was definitely there. Like. People singing your lyrics back. It's like definitely a good crowd vibe. Was there any one city in particular that surprised you that was like really rocking for you guys?
Yo, Salt Lake City was crazy.
Salt Lake City, damn.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that shit was like so surprising. I like it's in Utah, so I'm like,
those Mormons.
You know,
they be bumping.
No, that's fun. That's funny as fuck. I think someone I met out there like made a comment about how many Mormons there are out there. So like. That must be a real thing, like Mormons in Utah, I guess. But Salt Lake City was crazy. Like, we were just driving through nothing. So like, I'm just thinking, damn, this show is kind of gonna be like, all right, like maybe, you know, 20, 40 people are gonna pop out. But no, I'm pretty sure it was like 260 people came out, and that shit went up.
Yeah, I think it's definitely big for you guys and big for like the city as well to really have an artist that's going out all the way like that, doing their own headlining tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just like opening for anybody. And I also think that really speaks to the power of the internet too. How you guys are able to get fans all the way out there. I think you can see different artists coming up differently. Some really build a huge local fan base, which I think you guys are doing, but you also have, it seems like, a solid amount of fans outside of here, which is dope.
Yeah, it's dope to see like. Especially on Spotify, there's a lot of like algorithmic stuff that really contributes to artist fan base, especially like streaming is everything now. I mean, that seems like it's old news now, but it's still relatively new. But like, it just allows for guys like us to come from nowhere, like upstate New York, and don't get me wrong, like it's always nice to have a little bit of traction, you know, as a home team, but it definitely lets you break out of that bubble, that upstate bubble, I guess you could say.
Yeah, do you think like you have any surprises there too when you're like looking at your Spotify insights and stuff, seeing like different people fucking with you around the country? It's
weird, man. Like, it almost like works in reverse. Like, LA is like my biggest city,
really,
and like Albany is like down there. Like like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it goes for me, it's like LA, Dallas, Chicago, Houston. Like, and then New York City even is like, I'm pretty sure 6th or 7th on the list. Like, it's weird. So it just goes to speak, I think, like, people away from home are probably gonna, at least for me personally, people away from home like have been fucking with me more than at home. Like, I still get love at home, but yeah.
For sure. Does that shit make you want to move out there? Move out to LA? Just post up?
So I feel like so many people go to LA and just like expect it to be like something that it's not. I feel like I lose my mind in LA if I just live there all the time. Like, I'm in LA for like 10 to like 12 days at a time, and like at the end of those trips I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go.
You're exhausted.
Like, yeah,
that's how I am with like New York City. Like, I love this city, I love being there, but after a while, I don't know, it's just a little too overwhelming.
Yeah, the city life can like just like grinds away at you slowly, like you don't even realize it.
Nah. And the metro costs OD too. That shit
I heard they're like raising that shit downstate too. I saw some like weird thing on Instagram.
Crazy. Stepping up the fare enforcement too and shit.
Crazy.
Did you feel like you were able to record a lot too when you were on the road, or was it just focus on the shows?
I didn't record once on the road.
Really?
I made beats on the road because we had so much time on the van that it was like if you didn't do something, you just lost your fucking mind. Me and Sully had. Oh, sorry, dude.
Nah,
me and Sully had one session in Nashville, and he was just working on some of his shit. Like I engineer a lot of his stuff, so we just got in and tracked out some of his shit. But that was it for recording.
I was gonna say, is tour life as tiring as like people say? Would you go do it again, or is it really like
I would
now
definitely.
being like going on a tour at least for 30 days? Could you see yourself going for like a tour that's like longer than 30 days, maybe a couple months at a time, something like that?
Definitely, like, definitely fucking exhausting. Like, we had one run, it was like 5 shows in a row, like 5 days in a row, so like, it doesn't sound that crazy. Like, really, I'm only on stage for like, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15 minutes maybe, and everything else in between is what adds up, though. Like, so you get off stage, and then you got to wait for all your, because like the tour kind of moved as one, so like we were all like had the same whip, you know what I mean? We were all like together, so even though I was an opening act, I waited through the whole show, like same with Mac and Loner and everybody else that was fire on that tour. But you know, you've rushed back to the hotel, like, are we going out? What's good? Like, if you go out, you know it's about to be at, like, you don't get out the show till like 11 o'clock, so you know you gotta be like at least 1, 2 a.m. Then if you're like, it's a heavy travel day, like you're up at like 7.
Yeah,
you get on the bus and like try and sleep. I won't lie though, we had a good. That Sprinter van was comfy. Like that shit was good. Like reclining seats and shit. Like we weren't in the struggle by any means, but it was just tiring as fuck, like traveling different city every time. And like I said, on that 5-show run, it just kind of felt like repetitive, like you're in this like fucking cycle of just like the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like super prepared for the physical aspects of tour, like staying hydrated and like making sure you're like eating and stuff like that, but like what snuck up on me was the mental. So like Thanksgiving hit and we're like in the middle of Texas. Like, I've never been to Texas as like an adult at least, and I was just like, damn, like I'm exhausted, like, and I don't know any, like we were in like we went to fucking get Chinese takeout on Thanksgiving, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like stuff like that, I think, is more detrimental to like getting through a tour than the physicality of it.
I think that's definitely one thing fans in general or people in general don't recognize is like this game is just like it is pretty mentally grueling. Like every aspect of like creating music, like whether it may be being on tour for so long or you're in the studio for 12 hours, like this shit to create a good product that like you're proud of, it's mentally grueling for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's like, and what a lot of people don't get is like nobody fucking hands this shit to you. Like,
exactly.
Everybody you see succeeding has their own story and their own struggle that they kind of like overcame to get to that point. Like, regardless of the scale, like there's always going to be things that get in your way for sure.
Yeah, I think also just with the amount of people too that are making music, it's naturally hyper competitive. So you just gotta kind of, I guess, in a way, make sure your guard's up all the time, that you're putting out the best music content you can do possibly. And I heard you so you mentioned that you kind of engineered for Sully a little bit when you were down in Nashville, and that you had more time to make beats rather than rap when you guys were on the road. Did you kind of start out with producing before rapping, or rapping before producing, or like how'd you get into it?
So the first thing I ever did was rap. Like I always just loved rap, but like there was just a lot of opportunities along the way for me to like produce and engineer. So like naturally I just kind of learned it. Like me, my boy Mac, and Sully, and some other homies too, but like if I said their name, nobody would even know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Word.
But like we're all just making music in like middle school, that type of thing, and it sounded like garbage. So like like you just, that's how everything is figured out. You just have a problem and you solve it, and like engineering was me solving that problem, I guess. And then Sully was fucking destroying beats, and I was like, well, let me just try and pick up the beats. So yeah.
I feel like there's definitely, if you can do more things, then it's just more opportunities for you, places you can get your foot in the door. I mean, I feel like kind of like record companies, the studio is always looking for engineers, so like having that skill could definitely be something that like just elevates you if it's over like another guy.
Mm-hmm.
As far as getting opportunities for your own music personally.
Yeah, especially in the music industry too. I've realized it's like really about who you know. Like, I know a lot of fucking great engineers that are still doing it out of the basement. Like, shout out Jake Mannix being one of them. But like, yeah, man, like, talent does not always equal success. Like, you got to get out there and network, meet people, build relationships, and leverage your skills to be in a position like that. That's like almost more important than being good at something nowadays.
I think that's what we talk about all the time when we talk to some artists about how Noah said like rap is like competitive, like everybody's trying to make it out of there, but some people are so focused on being the one dude that comes out of, say, the 518 that they forget like there's people that can help you or could help you be even bigger than you are, that they're just not asked for help because they're so determined to be that one guy without asking help for like anybody. So yeah, it was just interesting that you say that you need to know a lot of people, because you say there is a lot of people who are still doing in their basement who will probably just keep doing it in their basement because they don't want to link up with anybody. So going off of that, I was going to say some of the relationship you had. How did you and Sully become? How did that become like a relationship? How did that become like a thing?
So I grew up with Sully. My name's Harrison. Sully's name is Harrison. My boy Mac, his first name's Justin. I'm dropping mad governments right now. I'm going crazy. But, we like all grew up together and like all had mutual friends and shit. And you know, like we were the kids in the group that made music, so we just kept making music. And then eventually, I guess I'm gonna skip around a lot. Like, you know how this shit goes. My train of thought is fucking crazy. But oh, look at that, my flashlight's going on and shit. So after high school, everyone kind of went their separate ways. Like, we were all like a collective. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're with your homies, you might as well call it something. So we started as Third Eye Visions. Then we were True Mental Entertainment. Then I don't even know how the fuck Contraband came about. I was working, me and my boy Mac and our boy Carter were just working one day. And I just said that shit. I don't even know. I had some like weird elaborate like explanation, like a group of entrepreneurs moving music like it's contraband. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, it was that pro era like 47 wave shit. Like
third eye shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was we grew up on that shit. So like, I don't know, everything was deep. You know what I mean? Like everything was like something. So, but now it just kind of holds its own meaning. So, like I said, we all grew up just making music together, went through all those like stages of different collectives. Then I think Sully stayed local. I went down to like Yonkers, Mount Vernon area, and I lived like out there, bounced out there and like in the city for like 8 months. Mac went out to Boston, and then long story short, all of our situations went to shit or just weren't favorable. And then we all moved in together in Schenectady following that, like within a year of that. And that's when we were like kind of really able to lock in and like just make hits. Like we did a lot of the big records right now, like out of my bedroom in that house. Yeah.
I think that's dope that you guys kind of almost were able to find even more success moving back and like doing shit locally.
Yeah, that's
which is dope.
It's a weird thing. People always look for success like it's unattainable with the things they have at hand. Like, and we kind of, at least me personally, I had to kind of like leave and go fail somewhere else. Like, my situation downstate was crazy. Like, this is a whole different story that we'll get back to, I guess. But if you guys got any other fucking, like, you know, weird cuts that you need from me on some, like, what's your life story shit.
We can talk about whatever.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it. I'll just tell you. So, I went downstate. Even weirder, I was supposed to go to school in Boston with Mac. And, like, 2 months before my college was starting, it just closed. Like, they stopped accepting new students, and I guess it was some weird shit with the government was like shutting them down.
Which school did you go to? actually.
I didn't even go to school.
Oh, word.
So I was supposed to go to New England Institute of Art in Boston.
This was around when? What year?
2015.
2015?
Yeah, 2015, 2016. I was accepted, all that, got my FAFSA, all that bullshit, which I'm so happy, just didn't happen. Because, I know so many people who owe money, man. It's crazy, actually. So I ended up going downstate for this internship. It was pretty much just this guy who owned a mad nice studio that was, built into his, family home in Mount Vernon. And I met this dude who was this old head engineer. He was Madonna era, worked on Madonna's projects with her and shit.
Wow.
And he pretty much just was this super skilled guy, could play every instrument and made so much money, but was dead broke. And that was really eye opening to see, because it just taught me it doesn't matter how talented you are,
and
what you can even do. Just
also seeing someone that's been doing it that long,
mm-hmm.
and still kind of at that level.
Deadass. He was 50 years old,
Wow.
45, 50, and that became my best friend. Weirdly enough, that old dude. We So I started as a student with 2 other interns in this program, and I ended up getting the job, the quote unquote job at the studio, which was pretty much just, I'll pay you fucking $350 a week, but I'm also your landlord, so I'll take 50% of that and just put it right to your $700
Jesus.
rent, which, by the way, was as big as this square. I had a smaller desk, but my desk, computer chair, and mattress touched at all times. That's how small the space I was living in was.
It's crazy.
And I had a shared kitchen, shared bathroom. It was insane. I was paying $700, $750 at 17 years old to live in a box. But so me and this dude get mad tight. I get the job. I start working at the studio with him. I just get in the studio whenever I can when I'm not doing bullshit cable work or cleaning, stuff like that. And then it gets to a really scandalous point where I'm 17 years old, and this guy's about to have me teach another set of students coming into the studio, as my own interns.
Just engineering skills.
Yeah,
And shit.
and I wasn't that good yet. I wasn't that good at all yet. I was definitely at no place to be teaching anything.
Feel you.
And I was with it. I was a little fucking mischievous type kid. I was doing music, smoking weed, staying up late, just being in the studio for 20 hours type shit, not really worried about some stuff like that. So I went along with it for a little bit, and I was he was make sure you don't tell these people you're 17, because they're grown, they're 24 and 26.
He wants to make sure they respect you.
Yeah, and make sure they want to feel
their
they're getting a good education.
Right.
Which they weren't. So I end up getting tight with these people on a homie level. It comes to the point where I'm going out. I guess they were staying at Airbnbs or apartments. They weren't. I don't even think they were from the country. That's what I mean. It was so fucked up what he was doing to these people. And I ended up just telling him yo, I'm 17. This guy's ripping you off. How much is he charging?
Yeah.
And they told me some.
Had to keep it real.
Yeah, they just told me some crazy number, and I was yeah. I'm out of here. This is crazy. So then I just bounced around in the city wherever I could. I had this dude I was working for in Long Island City. I lived out there for a little bit. I stayed in Brooklyn for a little bit. Met some artists. I met a lot of great people who just opened up their homes to me and let me crash on their couch for a few days and shit. It was definitely a really good experience. But when I was starving and it's funny that we were just talking about the metro. I was jumping the metro, the L train to get out to Brooklyn and shit. And I was just damn, what am I doing? I have a whole home upstate. I can just go back to and regroup. This is getting crazy as fuck. I'm too young for this shit.
How was your music creation during that process?
So I wasn't making any music, because I just was worrying about so much other stuff, and the people I was working with, I was barely getting paid. I didn't really know how to facilitate.
Maneuver,
yeah, you know what I mean. I wasn't I don't want to say like a dickhead, but like I definitely didn't stand up for myself because I was a young dude, and like most of the people I was working for were like mid-20s, like early 30s, like grown adults. So, you know, I was just kind of just trying to get as much experience as I could at the time. And then, like I said, after that was my experience when I went out of state or out of upstate. I went downstate. Yeah. And then we came back and fucking, it's weird how shit works. Like within a year of coming back from the place that was supposed to be popping,
right?
You know, shit just started moving.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I feel like a lot of people in this area have the mentality that they have to go to New York or even the other fucking coast all the way to LA to like get shit popping, when like there is kind of a good scene bubbling up here. And it seems like for you kind of had to like, go through a lot of different experiences and kind of learn that the long way, but still like, in that process got experiences and learn things that help you now.
Yeah, for sure. I always tell people like it's good to go through something that teaches you what not to do.
Right.
Like everybody's always looking for education in terms of like what do I do and like how do I do something, but I think it's equally as important to realize like things you shouldn't do and like watch people make mistakes that like hopefully you're not making, so you can, you know, avoid those yourself.
Yeah, I mean it sounds cliche, but I really think like if you look at everything like a learning experience, you really can't have any bad experience in life.
It took me a while to realize that it was a learning experience. For a while I was like super like just depressed about it because I went from living like on my own in New York City pretty much, like right outside of New York City, like I said, Mount Vernon for the most part, and then like the last 2 months was like bouncing around everywhere. But you know, that shit just taught me like use what you got at hand and like be realistic. Like don't go kill yourself to fit in somewhere where honestly like New York is like one of the coldest places. Like if you're not from New York, like odds are you're not going to come up in New York. Like you got to know people out there.
Yeah, right.
Facts.
Yeah, that's a big facts. Like
people just think the city's going to work for them. Like you have to be, at least if you want to go down there, you have to have talent and have like a plan or something. But I think that's amazing, you especially, because most people, because we talk about people like betting on themselves, I hear from a lot of artists, stuff like that. And like if they were in your situation, I bet a lot of artists coming up, if they heard that or were thinking about doing that or did that, they probably just like quit, go live upstate, work at McDonald's, do whatever they're doing. But you came back sort of like harder than ever. So not to sound cliche, like it was definitely like a humbling experience for you.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo, man. Like I get fucked up about shit like sad and stuff, but I feel like my emotional clock is like wound up so tight that it's like I should have been upset for a month, but like I spent 3 days in like solitude, and then I'll come out like just going crazy, like
right.
And that's kind of just what we did. Like I can't tell you how many 12-hour sessions I did with Soli where we didn't even know what fucking time it was. We were just in there cooking like all day, and like he would go back. Like our bedrooms were like right next to each other on the top floor of the crib, so like my room was like the recording room, and then he would just make beats and his shit, and then we would kind of just like I'd be mixing, he'd go make another beat, and then we just get in on the next one type shit.
How's that music creation process? Is that like working with like a brother? Are you guys clashing, or is it kind of like seamless? How's that kind of like?
I think in the studio it's weird. We definitely have like a really native chemistry where it's like we're thinking the same thing usually.
Yeah.
Like I go to do something and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, good. Like I was just about to say, like do that." Or like when I ask him like, "Yo, I think we should take something like this for this part, stack vocals like this." He's like, "Yeah, bet. I was thinking that as well." And like descriptive terms and stuff too. Like I said, we grew up making music together, so we're lucky enough to like, you know, when one of us says something like that might not be like standard studio lingo, we kind of just get it anyway.
Understanding.
Yeah. What about kind of with your lyrical content? I feel like a lot of guys we talk to say that they like freestyle everything, but when I listen to your shit, I kind of hear more of like thought out concepts, like your long distance EP, especially like the first few tracks kind of have that like reoccurring theme of like long distance relationship, like phone motifs, kind of like a relationship gone wrong. So do you put more thought into the lyrics and write stuff out beforehand, or just kind of hop in the booth?
I'd say it's mixed, and like if someone tells you they freestyle everything, like 9 times out of 10 they're lying. Because I do this shit. Like, I know how this shit works. Like,
and also there's I didn't mean to cut you off, but there's a difference between like freestyling everything and then like punching in for a few lines and coming back and then punching in again. Like that's not.
I think that's what most artists mean when they say
exactly.
Anybody that says they just freestyle like a whole verse.
Don't get me wrong.
Track.
There's some people out there who are just genuinely talented as fuck and can just like freestyle off the top and have it be raw. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many artists in the 508 are really freestyling everything? Like, probably
we're just artists in general.
Yeah. Like, I'm not one of those guys. But, like, I freestyle melodies for sure. Like, nice. I'll get in the booth and, like, for me, songwriting is, like, I need the context. So, like, I hear a beat and it, like, either makes me feel a way or, like, makes me feel a phrase. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one phrase that, like, kind of can encompass a whole song or picture. And then, like, once you have that, the melody, like, you just need to know, like, what's my topic and what's the sonic, and then, like, after that you just fill in the words that fit both. Like,
that's dope. How do you kind of go about, like, picking out your sonic element? I guess you talked about you producing yourself. Do you make some of your own beats, or do you have like one guy you're locked in with, or
so
just pick shit where you can?
That's a great question. Like, this is something I've always gone back and forth on. It's so weird because when I was learning how to engineer and I try and record myself, I'd be learning how to engineer. So like I'd catch myself in the middle of a session like taking like 40 minutes like on a vocal take, like just trying to get it to sound all right. And I was like, damn, like I'm not right now. I'm not like making a song. I'm mixing a song. So I started working. That's why I said shout out Jake Mannix, because I started working with Jake. I convinced him to just start working with me off the strength. Like, I was just cutting him the percentage off my music, which wasn't much, but, you know, hopefully one day it will be, right?
Facts, investment.
And, yeah, that shit just helped me, like, just focus on making the music. Like, I had somebody at the boards. I wasn't looking at any of that shit. I could just kind of tell him what I wanted, and he was really good about making that shit happen. But now I'm coming back full circle where I'm comfortable enough, like, now. Like, y'all will see a lot of self-produced, self-mixed tracks on this next run I do in 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got a nice ear for production, because, like, one thing that I like about your music, I think is kind of different than some artists, like, especially in this area where you have a good drill scene, but kind of like a lot of drill beats are more minimalist, like just giving the artist the lane to just snap. But in your instrumentals, I kind of hear like a lot of lush instruments and just like kind of like more layers of sound.
Yeah, I like real, like, I don't want to say real music, because like all music's real music. I hate fucking people who are like, my taste is so superior that all these genres must not mean anything. Like,
yeah, it's
you
just
sound like an idiot. Like, yeah, shut up. But no, I like physical instruments a lot. Even though I don't play, and I can't play shit. I can play keys like a little bit, but I just like the sound of real music. Like, I grew up on like a lot of like rock type stuff, like, you know what I mean, indie music, like all that type of shit. And mid-2000s shit was like, that was like the holy grail for that scene right there.
Yeah,
like, all those like, Nickelback and like Daughtry bands and shit.
And like pop punk too.
Yeah, they were going crazy, like Green Day, all that shit. They're going nutty back then.
Yeah, who were like some other bands you were listening to, or hip hop artists, just across genres, whoever that you were inspired by?
Like Metallica, fucking the Beatles, like Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang, and like Wu-Tang as a group. But then I went and kind of found like all the, you know, the solo guys like Neth and RZA, Inspector Deck, like You Got, all those dudes. Like I've listened to so much shit that it almost all kind of blends together, and like it's weird when I talk with people about music. Like sometimes I can sound like really uneducated, like in terms of like titles and stuff. But like I'll like hear something and be like, oh, that's from that one record by so and so. Like you look that up, Google those lyrics. Like that's what I'll be like, Google those lyrics. Like what's that from? I gotta get
what
that.
You're saying. I'll be like that too with samples and stuff. I know I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
But not quite sure. It was, look it up on who sampled or whatever.
Yeah, but I liked, like my core growing up was definitely like Jay-Z, Big L, like fuck Nas, and then Dr. Dre, Snoop, like that whole Aftermath shit. I think Aftermath is like one of the craziest legacies in hip hop. Period. Like so many artists, like Tupac, Shady.
Yeah, Dre's
NWA.
fucking crazy. I think I read the other day that he made the most money of anyone in hip hop.
I'm sure.
Too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like
Billy. You're Billy.
crazy.
Close to it.
I know they sold beats to Apple for like 3.4 billion.
Right.
So like, he don't even think about money.
Yeah,
I'm sure he
ridiculous.
probably couldn't even spend it all if he tried.
We started touching on the music scene around here a little. Are any artists around here, anybody's music you're fucking with that you haven't got a chance to work with or chop it up with or tap in with?
The local scene is like, it's fire as fuck. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like hate on anybody or anything like that. I just like to see somebody as hungry as me. Like, I like to see somebody who's like really putting in the time, like, and like sacrificing for it. I think a lot of people like, and nobody I've really met, to be honest, like just from the outside looking in perspective, I think it's really easy to look like you're trying to do something for the wrong reasons. And that's why like I'm not as open to like hitting people up, because I think it's really easy to like become too accessible.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like in my opinion, like I said, like I want to feel mutual. Like somebody I'm about to work with this weekend is Nate Glizzy. You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
He's like a younger kid, but Sully kept saying, it's like, we got a lot of hundreds and fifties with us. Like, he kept saying it, and I was like, yo, what is that? What is that? He showed me the record, and I was like, yo, this shit's tough. So, like, shit like that. Like, I like when shit happens naturally like that. When you must be putting in the work if, like, your shit reaches my ears to that level.
I definitely feel that, and that's one thing we definitely wanted to make a point with our podcast is, like, the people we wanted to have on, people, like, we genuinely fuck with, like we like their music sonically,
daily.
Exactly, people we listen to daily, like it kind of just really be genuine in that aspect, not like just have this person on because they're popping, or like
exactly
just have people on that like we like hearing, we want to have a conversation with.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many times like people almost just like X themselves out by doing that. Like I've had so many people hit me up like, yo, I need a Soli feature, and I'm like, fuck, I look like your secretary.
Let me just write that down in my notes.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, you're instantly just like, to me at least, just like a vulture. Like, get the fuck out of here.
They only want to get to know you first. They just want.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care about anything that you do or who you are, but your friend over there. Like, I know you can get me to hit. But like, I like Glock stars. Like, I kind of grew up with Mike a little bit. Mike, look at more governments.
Yeah.
I'm a government king.
Yeah.
Shout out Suplex, though. That's my boy.
Genuine ass dude.
Fire.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know. Like, I've chopped it up with Demi a couple of times. Like, I'm cool with all those dudes. I like, Cushy shit's pretty dope. My boy Ciroc, like, type manages him.
Yeah.
So, like, I've just heard a lot of his shit. And, damn, I know there's somebody,
One dude I want you to check out, Rakeem Ali. He's.
Oh, I did a show with him.
You did?
Yeah, at the Albany Barn, mad long ago. See, that's what I mean. Like, I know like OZ and like Promise, the Unbreakable,
that's
and fucking Rakeem, and like I know there's more. Like Touch Money, Militia, and like there's actually a lot of artists out here. It's kind of crazy how there's not more of a. I don't even know. I'm just starting to think there's not enough people out here like that listen to this shit.
Bro,
like,
I was gonna say, what do you think the issue is? What do you think like the 518 needs to break that like glass ceiling? It seems like to have for a lot of artists.
Because it really does seem like that. It seems like a glass ceiling. Because like dudes like Wiz Mac been out here forever. Like sonically, music is insane. Could definitely be perceived at that mainstream.
Because I know, do you ever have that feeling like you're like, yo, how come this dude hasn't like popped off like as more as like he like should be?
I think we just need to learn how to play the game better as a whole, and I think people need to be honest with themselves about that, because there's more to this shit than dropping a music video every 2 weeks and putting it out on No Jumper. Like, and there's more to this shit than, you know, just calling yourself a clique and throwing it on a hoodie and selling it. Like, that's all good and that will all help you, but, you know, like, you got to start talking about, do I own the means of production of my music? Am I actively obtaining publishing to relevant pieces of work? Like, am I taking my streams and my views and everything and leveraging those to people that can actually get me places instead of, like, just stunning on my friends with them and shit? Like, and these are all things that I think are starting to change slowly. Like, you know, like, people just have to learn, and, like, I'm still learning. I'm still, like, I'm new as fuck to the industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not some guru by any means. Like, I'm still learning and shit. Like, this whole year, I've pretty much just been learning OD. I was lucky enough to meet some people this year that, like, are actually in the game, and I, you know, have just been able to see how they work shit, and it's crazy because, like, music is only like literally like 20% of success in this shit. Like, you really gotta take it.
That's a fact. It is really not one laned. It's not one faceted. Like, there's just so many branches.
That's what you said, knowing your, I mean, cut you off, but knowing your stuff. Like, I feel like that's the thing that's changing. Like, there's people who are finding, like, their own lanes. Like, when I think of people, like, so I was gonna ask you how this place started, because this is a really nice studio. Like, knowing someone who has a studio space, or, like, being the person who owns a studio, because I think of people like Ace Supreme, who does videos, he raps, and he owns studio time and all that.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute too. I know.
I was gonna say, how did this place come along? Because that's, like, important part of the thing is, because how we used to do it is, like, we take one iPhone and we put the beat on that, put voice memo on the other, and that shit would come out ass as hell. But you need a studio, so I was gonna say, how did, like, this place come about?
So pretty much I just kept buying shit until I didn't have a place for it. And then I needed a place. But, like, that's, like, a super summarized version. Like, pretty much as I, like, was engineering and stuff, like, I just realized, although gear isn't, like, the end all, like, you know, like, just certain things you can't compromise on, like, speakers. Like, I gotta hear what the fuck is going on to, like, even get, like, halfway decent mix. Like, I'm not a Grammy engineer, but I can get shit sounding pretty clean, like, at this point. But this shit just kind of, like, a combination. Fuck, man. It just kind of, like, this is, like, 5-6 years in the making. Like, I didn't buy this all overnight by any means. Craigslist. And then it just got to the point where, I mean, I touched a song with, like, 20 million streams on Spotify, and I'm like, I'm still doing this shit out of my bedroom. Like, why? I can kind of afford to go somewhere else now. Like, why don't I? So then I was just looking for a partner, and Joe Yard was down to come in on it with me because he's got, like, his whole Joy House thing going, and we just kind of did it. Like, when did we get this? We got this shit back in August, so it's already been a minute.
That's so.
Yeah, I think it's dope. We definitely, it's a good just have a place like that where people can record. And I feel like another thing too with Albany that, like, people have to consider is that, like, economically it's not really a great place for most people to live, and a lot of artists are coming from, like, more humble beginnings. So when you're talking about artists kind of getting a little bit of success and kind of wanting to stunt that instead of investing, it's like, well, if you never had shit, a lot of people are just trying to, like, flex what they got already.
That's a great point. Like, and it's almost weird, like, when you feed into the hype and you, like, feed into that whole, like, I'm the shit attitude, it almost eats you alive. Like, it almost, like, sucks all your energy out. Like, if you, like, react to it, you become, like,
I was thinking, like, that shit's got to be exhausting. Kind of, like, obviously it's a competitive game, but just, like, trying to eat everyone, like, every day. They feel like never letting down. So, like,
I used to have this in my house, and, like, I would just wake up to a whole studio, and, like, got to the point where I was just like, man, like, I gotta get out of the studio. Like, I'm doing nothing, because I was so, like, people say, like, writer's block and beat block, stuff like that, but I just had studio block, man. I was just in there too much. Like, I was just in there all day, every day.
You need a break mentally.
And that was also the reason I wanted to get a location away from home, because now I kind of have to plan my time here. So like when I come here, it's for like something. Like I'm coming here to do something.
Yeah.
I don't just like come in the studio and sit and look at shit.
That makes sense. Like even me in school, like I'd rather usually like go to the library, something like write my papers. It's like keeping kind of home and like work essentially distinct. Like if I'm just saying, oh, I'm gonna do my work at home, I just like fuck around, do whatever. But you're saying like, when you're at home, that's time to relax. When you're in the studio, it's time to work.
Yes, and like keeping those separate, you know, it helps you manage your time and like your attitude a lot better because it's limited. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I had, like I said, when I had it sitting there all day, I felt obligated to be there all the time. And you're not going to be creative all the time. Like you got to catch inspiration and like live real life moments to kind of like take that and translate it into whatever you're going to make. For sure.
Exactly. You definitely got to experience shit to like have different branches.
Yeah, that's why tour was great. It was great to get out there and like see all those places and like meet all those people. Coming back out here like this week has been great in the studio. I haven't really been thinking about it too much.
What's your personal favorite track that you've created, and where was it created?
Damn, that's hard. Well, it's between a few, but it's definitely created at Jake Manick's spot. Shit, it's weird because I have like records now that aren't even out that like are contenders for that, but the record that's like my favorite that's out right now is like Skate.
Word.
Because like I don't know, Skate is just a fun song, and like I kind of like half freestyled that shit, like the melody at least, and every time I hear it, it just kind of makes me laugh.
So I feel like a lot of artists with the end of the year, especially with the end of the decade, they kind of try to end the year right and just get a bunch of shit planned for like 2020 to start the new year and like really plan a rollout. So do you have like kind of any crazy plans for the new year in terms of what you're going to be releasing for music, visuals, anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. I think where a lot of people like fuck up with that is you need money. Like you need money to do these things.
Capital investment for
you
sure.
You can do things without money, but like at the end of the day, like you're always gonna hit that money wall. So this year kind of made me realize that, whether it be go get that bag from a label or a publishing company or open a studio and reinvest the money. But yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to do a publishing deal going into 2020, which is just for like songwriting and production and stuff, like getting in on other bigger artist sessions, building more relationships and stuff like that. I'm probably going to put out a project 2020 though. Once I kind of go out and get that bag, and like I have rollouts planned and shit, and like, you know, it's just kind of contingent on the bread a little bit. Like I want to really like go crazy, like have a video premiere, have a good video. I mean, the video alone from a good person is like, you know, $600-700 a song. Like,
for real.
Like for a good video, not like some fucking Stop and Shop like drive-by video
No
shit.
facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some good shit.
Yeah, like everything's an investment. I mean, like you talk about like label promotion, shit like that. People shit on labels a lot for good reason. A lot of them do grimy shit like artist rights, but at the end of the day, what it really is they have capital and they're investing in you for marketing.
Exactly.
Those playlist plays wherever you are, like as you saw, like I'm not sure if you saw this, but Demi he just got on the Apple like New York like their New York City like playlist for like what they have. New York that they curated themselves, like stuff like that is
That's
like
fire.
important like for a song. So I imagine that's just gonna go up as much more than it has now. I'm fucking up my words, but you're talking about like rollout and like stuff like that. What would you say for like younger artists? Like what should they invest like their money or like their time into when it comes to like stuff like that? Because it's like betting on yourself, but what are like the right things they should compared to the bullshit that they shouldn't like be investing in?
I would like to think that the most important thing is making friends, man. Like, because a lot of people don't realize it. They always like look at fans as like this artificial thing of like, I make music and I get fans and my fans stream my music and make me money and buy my merch. But like in reality, like your friends are really the ones that are gonna put you on at the end of the day. Like if you have good relationships with like your homies and like they're supporting you, which like a lot of them just won't. Just like I don't know, it's something weird like when you're from the same area, somebody, and I'm not saying like best friends, but like, you know, we all have mutual people in our lives that like aren't really friends, but they're not really like strangers. They're just kind of people that are there. Like, don't worry about those people, but like get a group of people to like really put you on, like really like fuck with you and like have your back, because that's what's gonna like your circle is just gonna keep expanding that way, you know.
Yeah.
Like but you need to have that strong base first. Like a lot of people are so worried about Spotify playlisting, which is like that shit is a scam. First of all, like so many people are just like getting jugged on that shit.
And
like there is organic stuff out there. Don't get me wrong.
No, for sure. And that's the thing is like, there's some Spotify playlists like people charge, be like, yo, charge $30 to get on our playlist or whatever, and their playlist isn't generating the artist that much attention. That's why we created our playlist. It was like, why when you get this little amount of attention, try to monetize the shit out of whatever the fuck you're doing, especially on the media side, like on our side. So like when we put together a playlist, it's just songs we genuinely fuck with. Like we're not charging people to hop on that shit, you know?
Yeah, and it's just easy to fake that stuff, man. Like, so I would focus on like real life. The most important thing to answer your question would be like real life interaction, like real life shit. Like do small shows, like, you know what I'm saying? Go meet people and network, and like don't be afraid to like go into different studios or like, you know what I'm saying, collab with people who aren't necessarily in your lane. Like,
yeah. One thing I like about that answer a lot is we talked about how in music you got to make the investment, but then also talked about how a lot of people in the area really don't have money. But the thing is, just making those connections like that is absolutely free. That just comes from your personality and just being genuine who you are as a person.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know that like anything has momentum. So like, you know, you got 25 people who are fucking with you OD, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just like, it's not even stuff like, oh, we're going to the studio or doing this and that. It could be more like, we're about to go do this, like you're trying to pull up, and then they got 3 homies there that are with them that they know that you don't. And before you know it, like so-and-so is an A&R at, you know what I'm saying, whatever label, and then now you're in this A&R's ear, like before you even knew who he was, just kind of chopping it up, and then he's like, oh, my boy told me blah blah blah, you do music, like what's good? And like that is really how it happens. Like that's really how people get put on, like just like that, like just through friends and mutuals and shit. Like it's a big part of it. Real quick, it's mostly everything. Shout out, you know, all my Contraband bandits, all my boys. Shout out my family. Shout out my guys over at camp, you know, putting it on for the whole fashion culture upstate.
Facts. Make sure you go.
There we go. Who am I missing? Damn. Shout out every artist out here in the 518 really putting on for the scene, because we need it, man. Like we're getting close, but let's get smart 2020. That's what I want to see 2020. Like I want to see calculated moves and
Business moves.
Yeah, exactly. Real big boy moves. Like let's get this bag 2020.
Facts is the Mostly Everything interview. The shit was fire. We're going to have links to his socials and his music all in our description. We're going to have our links in the description. Make sure you stay tuned.
Caught you acting cold, only say that cause you froze. That's probably why I think about you every time it snows. Call me in a daze, think it's been a